Good morning. Welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Thursday, July 16th. Okay, let's get into the action. Take a look at the S&Ps, which are trading lower. We're down 0.35%, which is really the session lows for the day. There's a lot of concern over elevated tech sector valuations. That's like a persistent theme in the market these days. But also today we got Middle East tensions really being elevated. There were airstrikes yesterday from the U.S. and Iran. And again this morning, no peace talks are scheduled, and President Trump has threatened to hit Iran with their infrastructure if they don't come back to the negotiating table next week. And Iran has responded by telling the Houthis to close the Red Sea if that does occur. So we're really at a quagmire here, and we're seeing some volatility in the markets as a result. President Trump, he's expected to address the nation this evening. Now, what's interesting is his remarks are expected to be focused on free and fair elections, because as we come up to the November elections, he's going to need the ability to comment on, a reason why they may lose some of the midterm elections, and he's creating another narrative around free and fair elections in order to get ahead of that possibility. On the economic calendar today, we got a couple good reports. We got the jobless claims coming out this morning. We got the retail sales report also this morning. These are in focus. In corporate news, Eli Lilly is going to buy the psychiatric drug manufacturer Ada Beckley for $2.8 billion. And don't forget, Uber announced that they're buying the Delivery Hero. What else do we got? J-Bill, ticker JBL. They announced a $1.5 billion buyback. TSM is going to invest money in Arizona. That's kind of important. On the earnings front, we got JB Hunt and United Healthcare moving higher after earnings releases, while TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor, GE, and UAL are trading lower after their releases. After the bell today, we got Netflix and Alcoa scheduled to report. And then tomorrow morning, we got Regions Financial, Truist, Fifth Third Bancorp, and Travelers Group, TRV, all scheduled to report. Okay, now we're going to take a look over at the global markets. We're going to start off with Germany, which is down 0.95% or 236 points. It's broader correction in the tech sector and Middle East tensions weighing on these indexes. FTSE's down 30 points or 0.29%. Commodity-linked stocks, we're moving lower, due to weakness in metals. Oil prices are mixed now. The CAC in Paris, that's down 0.94%. The global decline in tech valuations weighing on the sentiment. And markets are also concerned about an ECB rate hike pending. Let's turn our attention over to Asia for a second, see what happened in Asia. We get the Nikkei, which fell 2.79%. The losses were concentrated in the tech sector, because of a broad regional sell-off on semiconductor and AI stocks. Hong Kong, the Hang Seng, though, did finish higher by 1.33%, and it was supported by gains in tech and financial shares, which is interesting. Shanghai Composite in China finished lower by 1.85% with weakness in tech stocks, and sentiment's cautious about the outlook in the Chinese economy after that GDP report recently. Then we're turning our attention over to oil, and oil is, it was lower, it was flat to lower, now it's, flat to higher. Hostilities in the Middle East, can remain a key focus here. Diplomatic solution is really at an impasse following the airstrikes and threats of taking out their energy infrastructure and threats of closing the Red Sea. That's causing some concern in oil this morning, that's for sure. Yesterday's EIA inventory report showed a draw of 1.7 million barrels of crude oil for the week ending July 10th. Now let's turn on and let's get into earnings. We're going to start off with General Electric, ticker GE. Stock's down 2.84% this morning. They beat by 16 cents on higher revenue, though. Then you got United Healthcare, which is ticker UNH. UNH is trading higher this morning. They did deliver a beat of $1.46 on higher revenue, and you're seeing the stocks up 5.87% this morning. Taiwan Semiconductor, ticker TSM, they beat by 5 cents. They did it on higher revenue, but that stock's down 4.58% this morning. Upcoming after the bell, we got Netflix, NFLX coming out. EPS is 79 cents. Expected move is 8.96%. Yeah, this could turn. We're seeing some gains in it this morning. Netflix is interesting to me. We're moving over to economic reports at 8:30 a.m. We got jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. We also get retail sales. We got a little bit of Fed speak, 12:30 p.m. We're going to hear from Dallas Fed Bank President Lori Logan at 1:25 p.m. We're going to hear from Kansas City Fed Bank President Jeffrey Schmidt, and at 7 p.m. Fed Governor Philip Jefferson will be speaking. In terms of AI, the FANG stocks moving. Apple's AI tools receive approval for China for release. You got Apple trading higher this morning. Then there's in terms of Alphabet, Meta, and Amazon, Citibank is projecting a staggering $801 billion in combined capex across these three firms. That's a big number. We'll have to wait and see if how that comes out. Dow Jones 30 stocks, NVIDIA, and Notraya are going to build a Vera Rubin AI factory in Japan for its national AI infrastructure. I want to point out Boeing's got that Farnborough Air Show, which starts on Monday, July 20th. They typically get plane orders at these shows. In terms of merger news, Eli Lilly, ticker LLY, they're going to be paying $6.75 in cash for that psychedelic company. That's a 26% premium to Wednesday's closing price. And Uber agreed to acquire Delivery Hero in a deal that values Delivery Hero at $14.8 billion. In terms of guidance news, GE Aerospace, they raised their full year 2026 adjusted EPS to $7.65 to $7.85. Street estimate was $7.56. That's a nice uptick, though. United Health also did a raise. They raised their full year 2026 EPS view to $19.50 to $20, where the street estimate is $18.48. That's a nice uptick. Okay, in terms of buyback news, JBIL, ticker JBL, they authorized a 1.5 billion share buyback program. Catalyst calls, LITE, Citibank adds the stock to its 90-day upside Catalyst watch list. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about our pick of the day. I like FITB, Frank India Tomboy, Fifth Third Bancorp. Earnings are due out, tomorrow morning. EPS is 98 cents. Expected move is 4.35%. Call volume yesterday was 32,063 versus put volume of 227. That's you look at the open interest, 40,889 to 31,166. Like it both. Major brokers raising price targets. Gotta like to see that. But for me to get in the stock, I want to get in at a discount. 57 to 57.25 is kind of my sweet spot there. So that's my pick of the day. FITB 57.25 for an entry. All right, let's move on. Let's take a look at some of the stocks that are moving, some of the stories that are out this morning in the last 15, 20 minutes or so. Allstate reports June catastrophic losses at $563 million. It's kind of low. What else we got? Lyft curbs expansion partnership in New York City. Iran tells Houthi to close the Red Sea gateway if U.S. hits power network. Bausch & Lomb, BLCO, launches iGility inserter in the U.S. NVIDIA expands partnership with Toyota to advance physical AI. Hasbro announced a new licensing partnership with Nintendo. HAS. Citibank opens up a Catalyst watch on Progressive Corp PGR. For a 90-day upside Catalyst watch. LH LabCorp, they're going to pay $14.5 million to resolve false claim acts allegations. It's about submitting urine tests to Medicare. SpaceX sell-off ominous sign to lock up expiry looms. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think this is crazy. Everyone I talked to, we all had the same kind of opinion. SpaceX will pop it after the initial IPO and then kind of fall back down to earth. That's exactly what's happening here. Novo Nordisk obtains EC regulators' approval for the Wegovy pill to treat adult obesity. That's all I'm seeing this morning. All right, now we're moving on to yesterday's pick of the day, which was State Street, ticker STT. It worked out well. I mean, the fact of the matter is the stock opened up at 184.57 yesterday. Then they had a high at 186.99, so the 1% was there, and then it closed at 186.59. This morning, you look at the stock, it was trading 188. It's already got a high at 188.18. So, it wasn't State Street. STT, had its 1% yesterday during the day. So, you got to call that a winner. All right, traders, that concludes today's NewsWare's Trade Talk podcast. For more information, go to www.newsware.com. Get a trial of NewsWare. You guys know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.